Well, yeah, I mean, he had a couple earlier in the year, but he's had like, three in a row, and, he had good command, had his changeup working tonight, and an occasional breaking ball. He threw his fastball, in and out, which kept them honest. And, he threw a very good game. And I don't know if he shook Ramos off at all, but you could tell they were on the same page of what he wanted to throw. So it was a good game. We hit the ball out of the ballpark, and we hit some 4 or 5 more balls, on the nose, and almost went out of the ballpark. So our guys are swinging better and feeling good about themselves.
Steven, Max, and Tanner have been pretty consistent over the course of the season. They've been really good.
Right.
If Gio can pitch like he has over the last 5-6 starts down the stretch for you, how big of a boost will that be?
Well, that's huge. I mean, it saves our bullpen. You get more and more confident in Gio because he gets more and more confident in himself. And, we all know, what Gio can do. He went through a bad stretch there, but hopefully it's over and, never to return.
What do you think, Dusty, defined his bad stretch?
Probably some untimely walks. Also, we didn't get him a whole bunch of run support. And also, he'd get two quick strikes on somebody and end up 3-2 or walking them, and then he up a number. He was almost out of trouble a lot of times. A number of 2 out base hits, which is deflating.
He had a particularly good tempo tonight, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Does that lead to the good results?
Well, I think the good results lead to the fast tempo because sometimes he can get so quick that he doesn't get the fast results, and so I hope he's learning that when he has his control, things are going good. You keep it at a fast tempo. When things are going badly or you get out of whack, then you slow your tempo down until you get it back.
You talked about the offense.
Yeah.
What about the job Ramos and Turner have done?
Well, yeah. I mean, Turner's he's looking great, and he's playing a good center field, good second base, and Ramos continues to hit. I mean, this is what Ramos has been doing all year, and I think there's a good chance that the All-Star game, helped his confidence too, and now he feels, like a star, or at least he should, but he never changed his demeanor. But it's great to see him, and then it was overlooked how Bryce looked tonight. I mean, he hit the ball hard tonight. He hit the ball hard to left field. And when he starts doing that, that means he's not pulling off the ball. That means, and I told him just keep swinging because, good times are right around the corner. We have a few guys here we still got to get going, and then we'll be operating on full cylinders.
Turner has reached base multiple times, basically every game in the last 10.
Mm-hmm.
How impressive is the consistency for a guy that young?
Well, you got to give him credit for he's very mature past his look. He looks like a kid, but he plays like a man, and he doesn't seem overwhelmed, with anything, and he's given us a tremendous spark since he's been there, which we needed.
What's his biggest learning curve in center field, given his lack of experience?
Probably when to take a chance and when not to take a chance. Because if you're an aggressive person, you want to take a chance all the time. But there are some times, when you have to back off and keep the guy to a single or whatever. But it's only happened a couple times this year. And learning to move with the pitch and the count, kind of, and start thinking along with your pitchers. Because sometimes you see a ball hit a guy consistently late, and sometimes you'll see him in the same spot versus, moving more towards right center. But Jock Jones and Davey Lopes, have been working with him, and he's a fast learner.
Chase Worth has now reached base
That's good. That's good enough.
I gave him 2 extra.
That's fine, but that means the next 2 days he'll reach it.
Has he just like found the right approach for hitting in that 2-hole? And
Well, you know, Jason's a veteran. He knows how to, he knows how to play, and he's been very valuable in that 2-hole. And if your leadoff man doesn't get on, then there's a good chance that Jason's going to get on. And he can still hit the ball at the ballpark. He can clutch hit, no matter where he was in the lineup. And he just missed a couple balls tonight, and so it's good to see Jason healthy this long. And when he fouled the ball off his foot the other day, we didn't know how long he'd be out, and that was pleasure. I mean, that was news to my ears today. When he said that he was ready, and I gladly put him back in the lineup.
Dusty, I don't know how much stock you put into run differential. You guys are now plus 140, which is far and away more than anyone in baseball, with the exception of the guys in Chicago. But you're keeping up with them too.
Right.
Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I mean, as a manager, you hear about run differential in football more than you do probably in baseball. And football was it points against and points for or something like that. So it means that you're not giving up a lot, and that you're scoring, quite a few, and that just means that you have a outstanding pitching staff and defense, and it means that you have a good offense. So that means, it means a lot to me.
along those lines, would you like to get a safe chance from Lansing, or are you fine just
Pardon?
out there with the big lead?
No, that lead wasn't that big against those guys, and who they had coming up in the ninth. They had some dangerous hitters coming up there in the ninth. And so Mike and I discussed it. Do you wait until the guy gets on base to get him a save, or do you squash it before it even, happens? I mean, it's not that we don't have faith in the other guys, but that's his job. And plus we have a day off on Monday. You can do things like that when you have a day off on Monday, then you have a day off again on Thursday. It might be a little different. I was thinking about it. Might be a little different when we get in that 20 games in a row streak. And so, we'll worry about that when we get there.
What did you make of the reception that the crowd gave him?
Well, I think it was great. And, he seemed unfazed by it, but I'm sure he enjoyed it, and it pumped him up some. And, it's good to see big crowds, and it's good to see, big crowds, in our stadium, even though some of the people are for the other team, just as long as they show up. I don't care who they, what kind of uniform they have on. I looked up there, and there are a lot of Giant fans up there, but, it doesn't matter. As long as there's energy in the stadium, then that gives us energy.
You mentioned Bryce tonight. Have you noticed a difference the last few games? Seems like he's been making a little bit more of an impact.
Yeah, the last few games he slowed his feet down, and we talked about it, and Jock and and Shu have talked about it too. I mean, when you have slow feet, you have fast hands. When you have fast feet, you have slow hands. And so he's been hitting the ball on the nose and hitting the ball, the other way. And that's how you got to, approach this thing. It didn't take you a week to get in this hole, and it's going to take you probably twice as long to get out. But it's nice to see him hitting the ball good again.